Hello, Just Good Your Bricks here, back to another review, and I just saw the Lego Movie. Well, I'm not really feeling good, like, health-wise, for other reasons. Wow, that film was just amazing. It was basically, like everybody's saying, it was awesome. It was hilarious throughout the film, and the last act was just fantastic. I don't want to spoil anything, because what I'm going to probably do is, if I get the time, if I get better and stuff like that, I will do a spoiler, like, thoughts video or something like that, maybe later this weekend. I'm not entirely sure. But I can't express how good it was. It was definitely probably the best film I've seen in a while. Definitely the best animated film I've seen, maybe since Toy Story 3, maybe even better than that. I don't know. I'm definitely going to watch it again sometime. And I can't express it. They really, they had, each character had their own unique parts, and that's really kind of what made the movie, was the characters, because all the characters were funny. There was not one part where I said, oh, this character is introduced and he's probably not going to be funny, or she's probably not going to be funny. But while some characters were, I guess you could say, underused, they weren't used to the point where they were annoying or anything like that. And like I said, the jokes hit constantly. There was like joke after joke after joke. It was just really fast-paced. The film itself was super fast-paced. And maybe that was a very, very, very minor problem, but that's really the only flaw I could see with the film, but it wasn't even really a flaw. I definitely have to see it again, like I said, to make my final ratings and final judge, and finally judge it. So that's why a spoiler review, when I do see it again, will make, it'll probably be my final thoughts or stuff like that. Now for now, I kept on laughing throughout the film. I watched it with my mother and my brother, and my mom kept on laughing throughout the film too, because the jokes are just universal. I mean, obviously I'm younger than my mother, but there was kids in the audience. They were cracking up the whole time. There was parents in the audience. All of them were cracking up. And it was just amazing. I can't express how funny it was. And then, like I said, in the last act, it gets actually kind of emotional. Don't want to say anything else, but it really, wow. They actually, I didn't think they would pull it off, but they pulled that off perfect. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll just say a lot of characters appear. Hint, hint, a Lego The Simpsons character appears. That's all I'm going to say. And that, even though I knew that before going in, because some people told me, that still was awesome. I was like, whoa, what is this? And it's one that we haven't seen before, so that is really, really cool. And just characters from other properties appeared. I don't want to spoil anybody else. And even some real-life characters appeared, and they were just funny, too. So, like I said, the characters are fantastic. The animation, whoa, the animation... Even when I first saw the trailers, I was like, is this stop motion? And then I checked and it said it was CGI. The animation throughout was amazing. It was probably the best animation I've seen in a while. It really looked like they were making a brick film, because they kind of made them have a little bit more, not limited movement, but for some characters they did it for comedic effects, which was funny. But what they did was they made it a little bit slow when they moved, so it looks like a brick film, and it was really just a love letter to brick filmers, AFOLs, TFOLs, just any fan of Lego. It was just fantastic. And it really makes me want to mix themes together, okay? That's all I'm really going to say, but wow, I'm probably going to start mixing themes together, because it really inspired me to do different stuff. And yeah, the character Emmett was adorable, and he was just hilarious throughout. Of course, he was an excellent main character. And yeah, the jokes really hit, like I said. The jokes were fantastic. The story, it was kind of made to be a little bit it's filled with cliches, so it's a little bit, as you could say, predictable. Well, it's not really predictable, but it's more of it's a cliche-driven film, but they know that, and they're making fun of them. And it works, because it makes it more, I haven't really seen a film like that before, So that was excellent. So the story was great. The animation, like I said, I was so impressed by the animation. I was just astounded at how real it looked. So that was great. What else is there? The music, the soundtrack. You guys should check out the soundtrack, but obviously everything is awesome. Plays over and over again, and it never gets annoying. It's actually very catchy, and I've been singing it all day. So that was great, and yeah, I mean, there was really no flaws with the movie that I could immediately point out. The closest thing was maybe that it was really fast-paced. But when I think about it, it wasn't really a flaw. That fast-paced style of the film really worked. I know it's Phil Lord and Chris Miller who directed it. They made Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which I really like, but I like this movie, a lot better than that. Even though Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is definitely an A. which I think that was a fantastic film. Haven't seen 21 Jump Street, and I know they're directing 22 Jump Street. Heck, they even directed, they created Clone High. And interesting fact is that the person who voiced Abe Lincoln in this film is the same person who voiced it in Clone High. So that's kind of interesting. So yeah, I give this film an A+ at the moment. I mean, it was fantastic. Definitely the best film I've seen in a while. Maybe, like I said, maybe since Toy Story 3, or maybe even more than Toy Story 3. I don't know. But wow, it was fantastic. Like, it wasn't even the best animated film, but it was just the best flat-out film. Like, and like I said, it works as a comedy of all ages. So I would definitely recommend seeing this in theaters. But even when you see it at home, it'll probably still be good. But like, you got to see it in theaters because from what I've heard, the 3D is actually really good itself too. I didn't see it in 3D. And if you go to Regal or AMC and you're a member there and you buy 3D tickets, you get a free minifigure. So that's great. But I would say just make sure you see it in theaters because I really want this to do great in the box office. So it opens realms to more Lego movies, but not, I don't want a sequel to this, even though they announced it. I really, by the way it ended, I do not want a sequel. But who knows, maybe they'll pull it off great, but it's just, I don't think a sequel would work, but maybe if they have Phil Lord and Chris Miller on it, it'll most likely work. But yeah, just please go support this in theaters because this is just probably better. Like I said, it's better than most of the films I saw, or all the films I saw the past few years. So yeah, a film like this deserves to make money. So don't go like download it online or whatever. Just really, you gotta support this. If you're going to see any movie in theaters, go see this. And that's really it. I'll see you guys later, and bye.